A big part of becoming efficient in Final Cut Pro is learning keyboard shortcuts. Many of Final Cut Pro's commands use a single keystroke, such as those found in the Edit menu. But many commands rely on more than one keystroke, called a modifier key. There are 4 modifier keys to invoke commands in Final Cut Pro: the Command key, the Option key, the Shift key, and the Control key. For example, to create a new project, you can use your mouse pointer and select this command in the File menu, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Command-N. Likewise, to create a new event, select the item or press Option-N. To create a new folder, press Shift-Command-N. I think you get the picture. Final Cut Pro 10 also gives you contextual menus for choosing commands at the location of your mouse pointer. For example, if your pointer is over a clip in the timeline, you can right-click to call up a menu of commands related to the clip or clips you're working on. They're called contextual menus because depending on where your mouse pointer is, you'll get different menu options related to the area of the interface you're working in. And speaking of shortcuts, if you want to see a master list of all Final Cut Pro's commands and what keys they are assigned to, choose Commands, Customize from the Final Cut Pro menu or press Option-Command-K. Final Cut Pro's command editor will appear. To locate a keyboard shortcut, click a key on the virtual keyboard. The command associated with the selected key appears in the lower right corner of the window labeled Key Detail. For example, click the F key. Notice that without a modifier key, the F key executes the Favorite command, which is used for rating your clips. With the Command key modifier, the F key invokes the Find command, and with the Shift key modifier, the command reveals a clip in the event browser. Let's examine another key. Click the N key. In the Key Detail area, the N key with no modifier turns on or off snapping. With the Command key modifier, a new project will be created, and with the Option key, a new event will be created. To search for a command, enter a name in the search field. Type out import. Any command that includes the word import will appear in the command list directly below the virtual keyboard. To quickly locate the key the command is assigned to, click the key highlight button next to the search field, and the keyboard will dim except the key the command is assigned to. Now type the word share into the search field and click the highlight button. This time, the E key is highlighted. I had you do this because often the key that's assigned to a command may seem arbitrary. In this case, E also stands for export, which is why all the share commands appear with it in the command list. On the left side of the window are various command groups organized by classification and color coding. For example, all commands that are classified as editing commands appear in blue on the virtual keyboard, and all commands that are classified as playback and navigation commands appear in purple. Editing tools appear in yellow, and so on. You can filter the list of commands by clicking on a command group. For example, click the Editing command group, and only the commands and keys associated with that group will appear in the command list to the right. Click the Effects group, and only commands and keys associated with effects will appear. You can also filter the virtual keyboard by modifier keys. At the top of the window, you'll see buttons for Command, Shift, Option, and Control. Let's say you wanted to see which keys are associated with the Windows group, which incidentally are color-coded pink in the command group area. Click the Command button, and any key that appears in pink on the virtual keyboard is one that requires the Command key modifier in order to invoke that particular Windows command. To see this, click the 1 key to view it in the Key Detail area in the lower right. Notice that this key with the command modifier will invoke the Go to Event Browser command. Now click the 2 key, and notice this key with the modifier will invoke the Go to Timeline command. You can also add to your modifier key filtering. Let's say you wanted to see only the Windows command keys that use both the Command and the Shift key modifiers. With the Command button still selected at the top of the window, click the Shift button, and only keys will be displayed that use both the Command and Shift key modifiers. In this example, only 4 keys associated with the Windows group are displayed: the 1, 2, 7, and 8 keys. Click on the 7 key, and you'll see that Command-Shift-7 will reveal the waveform monitor. Now turn off the Command and Shift buttons to remove the filtering. Final Cut Pro lets you reassign keys for your commands, as well as allowing you to create your own custom keyboard sets that you can quickly switch between. In the Command Group area, click the triangle next to Main Menu Commands to view all of Final Cut Pro's commands by menu groupings. Select File menu, and only commands that appear in the File menu will be listed. As you can see, no key is currently assigned to the Import iMovie Project command. Whenever you plan on modifying your keyboard command set, it's a good idea to duplicate it first so you won't be modifying the default set. From the pop-up menu in the upper left, choose Duplicate. Give the command set a name if you like. I'll type out Steve's Faves and click OK. With the Import iMovie Project command still selected in the command list, press any key on your keyboard to reassign it. If the key is already taken by another command, Final Cut Pro will warn you about this and will give you the option to reassign this key if you so choose. Click Cancel. If you look closely at each key in the virtual keyboard, keys that already have commands assigned to them appear with a gray dot in the upper right of the key. All you need to do is locate a key that does not have a dot, like this row of number keys. Press 6 to assign the key to the Import iMovie Project command. The 6 key you just assigned now appears to the right of the command in the command list, and the key itself turns green on the virtual keyboard to indicate it is now part of the general group classification. At any point during editing, you can switch to another saved command set by clicking the pop-up menu. You can also import, export, and delete command sets from this menu. Before we leave this menu, switch back to the default set. You'll be asked to save any changes you made to your custom command set. Now close the command editor and save any changes. Finally, before we end this lesson, I want to point out the excellent documentation that comes with Final Cut Pro 10. From the Help menu, choose Final Cut Pro Help, and a searchable HTML document will appear. The topics are organized along the left side of the window, and a search field appears in the upper right. In the next lesson, you'll learn how to import your footage from your Mac desktop, a connected camera, iMovie, and an entirely new footage container called a camera archive.